Namaskar. Good evening, friends. Let me share some thoughts came into mind regarding the post-corona world order. The coronavirus pandemic has created an extraordinary situation, rather a crisis world across. With the pandemic challenging the existing societal and political order, our dharmic view of the world, precisely speaking the Ekatma Manava Darshan or the integral human philosophy that touches all aspects of human life, has come in the spotlight. We see an atmosphere of despair, sadness, anger and depression around the globe. So far, with the blessings of our great ancestors, the great rishis, whom this holy land belongs, Bharat has successfully resisted the deadly virus and its spread with our strong will and collective effort under the strong national leadership. The world sees a flicker of hope in the soul of Bharat. We have seen how the cookie crumbled, the way a nucleic acid molecule in a protein pot burst the bubbles of many developed countries and toppled the tall claims of global superpowers, turning the world into an extended graveyard with a death toll of 1 lakh as of now. The development around us bring us home towards the catastrophe in the aftermath of the World War, especially the First World War, which followed pandemics like influenza. In the aftermath of the First World War, famous British poet wrote The Wasteland that portrays the post-World War scenario. Ironically, the poem starts with the most famous lines, "April is the cruelest month." That poem spreads over 5 parts. The first part is titled as the burial of the dead. Ever since the 1920s, we are passing through another cruelest April, which goes down in history as the month of mass burial. Again, if we come back to the wasteland, after all the abundant dark imageries that capture the catastrophes of the war and desperate and devastated minds of the hopeless and war-weary population, the wasteland ends with the Hindu mantra, Shanti mantra, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Just before the Shanti mantra, Eliot had quoted a very significant Upanishad mantra from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, the 3 famous Sanskrit words, Datta, Dayatvam and Damyata, means be charitable, be compassionate, be self-controlled. The poet invoked this divine message for the world from the ancient Hindu scripture as the mantra to live by. If the post-World War world practiced Datta, Dayatvam and Damyata, the present world would not have suffered like this. If we practice the self-restraint and selflessness at the micro level and the macro level, the fundamental principles of Hindutva, the world would have been a better place to live. Instead, the post-World War world order was driven by imperialist, capitalist interest. We saw the mindless competition between communism and capitalism during the Cold War. The insatiable human greed, ever-increasing consumer greed, and imperialistic interest of the countries like the United States and China. Capitalist United States and communistic China have in fact pushed the world on the brink. Now again, humanity is at a crossroads. It is the time for us to reboot ourselves, reset ourselves, our mottos and philosophies. In the coming days, besides taking a retrospective look at our past, Let us together think louder about a new world premised on Datta, Dayatvam and Damyata, the quintessential message of Hindutva for the humankind, that is integral human philosophy. And it is these three famous divine Upanishad mantras Upanishad words are most relevant in the days of lockdown. Practice Datta, that is charity. Practice Dayatvam, that is compassion. And practice Damyata, which is the most important, self-restraint. Stay home, stay safe. Jai Hind. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.